Welcome to Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum.
I'm Marcus Richardson.
And I'm Nathan Hicken.
And this is Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum, where we tell semi-original murder mysteries and solve them. Or, I guess we don't know if this is murder yet.
Oh, the blood on my hands comment still spooks me just a little bit.
Interesting. Do you want to give a recap of what you know in this 100-acre wood mystery?
Yes. So far, I've stumbled upon Pooh's house. I heard two mysterious figures talking inside. There's some planning going on. There was one scary voice, one non-scary voice. And then I proceeded to go inside. They were gone, and there was fluff everywhere.
Chilling.
Which was devastating. I've gathered up the fluff in hopes that maybe I could save whoever it came from, which I'm thinking was Pooh. Piglet and I then went to the Heffalump trap, where we found some mysterious notes. We found a bucket list of things that someone wants to do. Piglet ran off with my pocket Watson. I sent him off with it, but now I see that in a little different light. I stumbled upon Kangaroo's house, where I found a secret meeting with notes carelessly left about, and it seems like everyone except for Tigger and Gopher were planning something, including a woozle. Somehow they got a woozle involved in all of this shenaniganery. So Piglet was listed as the distraction, which is suspicious because I think I'm the one being distracted. The final thing on the list is to find the enchanted place. That's not on the map anywhere. So, thus, I've just been pounced on, however, by
you are thinking all these
Tigger.
thoughts as you are laying back on the ground, and Tigger gleefully laughs once more and says, you have to watch out for the Tiggers.
Oh dear, Tigger, how could I forget that?
I'm so glad I found you, because there absolutely is some suspicious shenaniganarins in the where the who's abouts.
Oh, suspicious shenaniganerins? Like what?
Of Kangaroo, where are they?
I was wondering just the same thing.
But if there's one thing Tiggers do best, it's detective work.
Really? Well, I'm glad I've stumbled upon the finest detective in the 100-acre woods.
It's right, they even made a spin-off series. I'm called a super sleuth.
I don't want to be the Darby in the situation.
The what?
The Darby in the situation. There was a dog. Was the dog Buster?
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen it.
Dang,
this is
okay.
My Friends Tigger and Pooh, right? That
Yep,
we're referencing? Okay.
Deep cut. Well, it seems we have one clue. According to this paper, I hold up the paper to the chalkboard. Seems like they're going to the enchanted place.
He squints. He grabs the paper from your hands and holds it decidedly upside down and says, Yes. You're on to something for sure, honey.
Thanks, Tigger. Would you like to have me look for them?
I would love to. I passed by a piglet on my way here, and he said that Pooh is missing.
Yes. Have you seen Pooh? When's the last time you saw him?
Yesterday.
I
jumped through his window and pounced on him.
Oh, you did. Interesting. One other question. Have you perhaps seen a woozle in the 100-acre woods recently?
I haven't seen Woozle in a couple days.
In a couple days?
Woozle and I go way back, though. As we striped fellows gotta keep together.
And where does the woozle live?
The Woozle is where the Woozle used to wasn't.
Which is where?
The place where the Woozle wasn't is now the place where the Woozle was.
Oh, I see.
Once we found the Woozle, that is. The Woozle was found in the place where the Woozle wasn't, which made the Woozle the place where the Woozle was.
So where the place of the woozle was, is that the same place as the woozle is?
Well, exactly.
Right. Well, Could you perhaps take me to the place where the woozle was, or the place where the woozle wasn't, which is now the place where the woozle was, perhaps where the place the woozle is?
Let me see that map of yours. He looks at the map, again, definitely upside down, and says, I can't make heads or hails of it.
I know the feeling. Well, if we stumble upon it, be sure to let me know. Okay. Tigger, does the woozle perhaps have a deep, kind of somewhat scary voice?
Yes, now that you mention it, I suppose it is rather deep.
Okay, so the woozle was in that house. That's the scary voice. Confirmed canon. I definitely trust this Tigger 100%. Okay. Sidestep. I can go to Eeyore's gloomy place. I could try to find the enchanted... Oh! Where the woozle wasn't is on the map. Oh my gosh. Which is where the woozle was, which is where the woozle perhaps is. Which is all the way back by Piglet's house. Okay. So, there's Rabbit's house on the way. There's Owl's house. Eeyore's is on the other side. The enchanted place is somewhere. I'm gonna go. Let's go down past Rabbit's house, down following the river, down to the place where the woozle wasn't.
Which place are you going to first?
Rabbit's house.
Rabbit's house. All the way, Tigger is springing up and down, and he gets through at least 4 iterations of the wonderful thing about Tigger. It's Tigger's wonderful things. Their heads are made out of rubber. The tails are made out of springs. The bouncy, tancy, fancy, fun. Oh man, I just realized I've IP public domain. Tigger is a go, but that song is probably still in Daddy Disney's pocket. So we got to be careful.
That's fair. Whoopsie. We can comment on it though, and that makes it fair use, right?
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
What does it mean to be flouncy?
Exactly. Trouncy, flouncy, bouncy, fun.
This entire thing is a parody to make people really consider stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Fair use. All right, to Rabbit's house you go. Rabbit is in his garden with his hands on his hips. He's looking at a very, very large carrot with a bow tied around it, sitting on a wheelbarrow.
Oh. You've got a nice carrot there, Rabbit.
Yes, I try to visit it at least once a day to make sure it knows it's appreciated. Pat, 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 pat.
It's very smart. Good appreciated carrots grow better.
Yes. This carrot is the largest carrot ever harvested in the 100-acre woods. Can you believe that?
Knowing your green thumb, I certainly can. Rabbit, have you perchance seen Pooh Bear today?
His shoulders kind of slump forward, and he kind of puts his hands together nervously, and he says, well, I've just heard that maybe we haven't been able to find him, and, well, that is rather concerning. I wonder if he blew away.
Blew away?
Yes,
Why would you say that?
On blustery days, there tends to be a little bit of woo in the woods, you know?
Perhaps on a red balloon?
Yes, that does sound like Pooh Bear.
And what about a woozle?
Oh, you mean when did I see Woozle?
Yes.
Oh, I saw Woozle just this morning. I always make sure I keep an eye on a fellow heffalumpoligist.
A fellow heffalumpoligist?
Yes, the 3 of us make a great team. I say so.
How would you describe Woozle?
Very intelligent, but rather scary at first. But you know, an enemy is just a friend that you haven't decided is a friend yet. Is what my mother rabbit always told me. And he's red, and he's black, red and black stripes. Tigger says, the stripes are the best stripes besides my own, of course. And he says, yes. We've you know, at first I would say that he was standoffish, but once we both realized that we had an appreciation for heffalumology, of course, you being one of our foremost scholars as well. Well, we connected right away.
Oh, that is delightful. Rabbit, would you mind telling me how cheering up Eeyore went?
Rabbit looks confused and then says, Well, I know it's definitely a goal that we all would love to satisfy because he's just so gloomy. I'm sure that if you asked him today, he could tell you, what's getting him down. It's always something.
You say all of us would like to do that. Is there anyone specific? I pull out the bucket list and hand it to him.
He looks at it and says, "Well, I can't read." And hands it back.
You sly dog. Okay. Do you have a pencil I could borrow? Something I could write with?
No.
Dang it. Okay, listeners, I want to check my handwriting to see if I wrote the bucket list. I don't think I did, but now I'm suspicious of myself. I want to check that. Also, I'm having wild thoughts about Woozle, which I will share later after I'm done talking with Rabbit. Okay. Rabbit, you wouldn't happen to know where Pooh is currently?
No, I don't. His head likely stuck in a honeypot somewhere. Or blown away in the wind, as I said. Or perhaps, he looks surreptitiously to the left and right, in the clutches of a heffalump.
Of a heffalump? How likely do you think that is?
Extremely. You know what we know about heffalumps.
Sidestep. Did Pooh and Woozle kill a heffalump, and the blood is not actually Pooh's blood, but the heffalump? Okay. Back in. Okay.
Rabbit says, "Well, I truly don't mind reminding you, and I'm sure that you don't mind being reminded either. It's a creature that no one has seen. It might be purple, blue, or green, and all the colors in between. The mysterious heffalump. We know for sure it floats, but its tail a whip, and its belly bloats, larger than 2 mountain goats. The sneaky, tricky heffalump. Heffalumps just aren't funny." Its trunk is long, its nose is runny. It'll sniff and find and steal your honey. The giant, dreaded heffalump. Some people say they don't exist, but why do these rumors persist? Woozles are real, so why resist the reality of the heffalump? You'll prove them wrong. Today's the day. No matter what naysayers say, with this knowledge you just may find and catch a heffalump.
Oh, bravo, Rabbit. That was brilliant.
Thank you. He starts bowing.
That was genuinely delightful. Right. Well, Rabbit, do you have any other big plans today?
No. I suppose I better join the search party and look for Pooh, but I will for sure see you tonight.
Tonight? Where at? The
goodbye.
Enchanted Place?
Goodbye.
Let's don't say goodbye. Let's say fare thee well.
Fare thee well. Rabbit says, yes, you'll know the place when the time is right, and we'll see each other and we'll have a great time. But until then, we do need to find Pooh Bear.
All right, Tigger. I guess it's just you and me.
The way it's meant to be. Buddy Copperearth. I'm the brains. And I'm the bronze. And I'm the Tigger. And I'm the shooter of things.
You sure are, you
silly old Tigger.
I was going to say that, yeah. You silly old Tigger. All right. Let's see. Closest house is Owl's house. So let's go to Owl's before we go to the Woozle or Eeyore.
You go to Owl's house and you find a quaint treehouse. There is no ladder or rope or anything. And as you stand there, though, Owl comes out of his door. Ah, honey, and Tigger as well. How fine to see you both. And you see within his wings, he's carrying what looks like a bunch of fruit, like apples and such.
Note, this is the second time that someone has called me honey, which is interesting. Maybe, is that just a cute pet name? Or am I someone named Honey and not Christopher Robin? We'll see. What you have all the fruit there for, Owl?
Oh, just a quick delivery off to our friends, and I'll be back in a jiffy. But I hear that, well, Pooh is missing.
Oh yes, Piglet's fast. Holy heck!
Oh, is Piglet looking for him? I mean, yes, Piglet told me.
What do you know, Owl? This is so hard. I can't interrogate. What do you know?
Yeah, he's still about 15 feet above you in his treehouse, and he's looking down at you. And he says, "Oh, well, I know that. Did you feel that stiff breeze? It was in a north-northeasterly or PO by O direction. Very stiff wind."
Yes.
Owls are good at knowing such a thing, I tell you this. Owls instinctively are born, from birth, with the ability to discern wind direction and velocity. That velocity was faster than a swallow, I tell you this.
That's quite impressive. Could this swallow wind also tell you when the last time you saw Pooh was?
I believe I saw Pooh near Kangaroo's house just this morning, but I would assume that he went to his house, so wherever he is now, I suppose that is the place to start. In fact, I should probably be over there right now and see what I can find.
Has he already flown off?
No, but he's getting ready to. I'll say the fruit are in a bag because how do you fly while holding
That's true.
a bunch of apples?
That's true. Okay. Well, if you find him, let me know. Do you have a pencil I could borrow?
I suppose so. And he flutters back into his room, and he has a pencil in his mouth, and he spits it down at you. And Tigger catches it and says, "Woo-hoo-hoo! You have to be faster than that."
Oh, you always did have the superior reflexes. That's right.
He hands you the pencil.
Owl, will we see Pooh Bear again?
I certainly hope so. Do you know something that we don't know?
I just certainly hope so too.
Well, I think that all will be made well as we join hands or wings or what have you together in a grand circle this eve.
This evening. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, Owl. Till then.
I will survey and let you know if I see Pooh Bear or perhaps a Heffalump or whatever else is out there.
We know there's perhaps a Heffalump on the loose.
Yes, but I wouldn't put it past you to catch it.
Ah, thank you. I am quite the Heffalampologist.
Yes. Well, indubitably and whatnot, and fare thee well.
Okay. Flies off. I'm going to take the pencil and write on the paper. It's not my handwriting, is it?
Your question is if you write just naturally, does it match?
Yes.
The paper?
Yes.
Yes.
It does. Okay, so, new theory. I wrote this list. The 100 Acre Woods people found it, and they know I'm leaving. I've told them that this is the last day I'm going to be in the 100 Acre Woods before I leave. And they found this bucket list and wanted to make sure that all the bucket list things got checked off before I left. I just want to finish my list, but there's not enough time. They found that, and they're like, "Oh, we got to help them finish their list." But the Woozle, I think, has alternate motives. I think the Woozle, perhaps, is Grassman. What if he was Grassman, and what if the Woozle / Grassman was hoping to protect some mysterious legendary creature that has been maybe seen in the 100 Acre Woods called a Heffalump? Perhaps, seeing as they are such an expert on it, and so impressed by Rabbit's knowledge and sincerely interested in Heffalumps.
You need some tinfoil for that one. Wow.
Tigger says that.
Oh no, that was me, Marcus. but if you say it out loud, then I'm sure Tigger would say something similar. Yes.
Okay. Well, There's still that gopher hole. Tigger, do you know where Gopher lives? Do you know which direction Gopher's lair is?
Oh, Gopher, he's not in the book.
He's not in the book? Well, then he is not here, that mysterious hole. Okay. Perhaps the Efflump escaped through a hole. What? Do you know, Tigger, what makes holes, then, in the 100-acre woods?
Rabbit is an expert digger, and the Woozle digs as well. But neither of them can bounce or trounce or flounce like a Tigger. In fact, there's no bounce too big, no bound too high. The only bound I don't care for is boundaries.
That's incredible. All right. The Woozle is a digger. I think the Woozle dug that hole under the... Okay. Well, I suppose the next person's house... I'm going to save my house for last, actually. Let's go to Eeyore's gloomy place. Rather boggy and sad.
Tigger looks up at the treehouse and says, looks like Al dropped something. Or maybe it was there the whole time.
Do you think
he springs all the way up? And he says, there's a folder, I believe that's what you call it, folds, and a piece of paper that was on the ground.
Can I see it?
Of course. Sorry that my sounds and voices will forever be inconsistent, but here's what you see.
Kanga said I'm so brave, but I don't feel brave. I'm scared all the time. And now I feel like I can't say that I'm scared because I'm supposed to be brave. But I don't want to leave. Am I leaving the 100-acre woods? Oh. Sad. Okay. Well, there's nothing else here.
Tigger walks into the house and comes back with an apple and says, and he dropped this.
Very good, very good. Very suspicious.
I say we interrogate the apple.
I think so. Interrogate it very closely. Make sure it gives us everything it knows.
Looks like you didn't fall too far from the tree, did you, apple?
That's it. Juice 'em. All right, Tigger. Do you think we should pay a visit to Eeyore?
What a downer. Sure.
See if we can cheer him up.
It's what Tiggers do best.
I'm sure Eeyore's gonna love this.
You discuss on the way the pros and cons of bounces and bounds and jumps and springs and all the like, and you end up at a gloomy place next to kind of a swampy marsh with cattails swaying in the breeze. You find a little teepee of sticks, and you spot a floppy-looking gray donkey basically dragging his nose in the mud nearby.
Aw. Eeyore, you alright?
About as alright as I can be.
And why have you got your face in the mud?
It's hard to hold your head up high when you're missing your tail again.
You're missing your tail? Let's see if we can find it.
It falls off all the time. I just don't feel myself without it.
No, that's fair. Donkey without a tail, that's very troublesome. Do I see the tail lying anywhere nearby?
No.
Dang. Okay. Eeyore, can you tell me what you've been up to today?
Well, I moved that stick over there. He gestures towards a stick that has been added to his little teepee. And I moved that rock over there. And he gestures to a rock that's not too far away. And then I sat here alone. I'd love to cheer up, but without my tail.
Well, let's see if we can find that.
Oh, don't bother. Maybe it's for the best. I can be as incomplete on the outside as I am on the inside.
Oh, Eeyore, I give him a little pat.
When you're in a funk this deep, it's hard to think.
Well, let's think about other things, like Pooh Bear. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't. But Piglet was just here, and he said that I should keep an eye out. Not that I'll be much use. I'm not very good at finding things.
Oh, don't say that. Let's test it. Have you found any papers that look like this? I hold up one of the notebook pages that I have found.
He says, well, I do like to write poetry sometimes. It helps me express myself. So I have some paper, but I don't think I found any of your stuff.
Okay. I'd love to hear a poem at some point.
Oh, yes. I'll invite you in, but I'm unpresentable at the moment.
All right, let's keep an eye out for that tale then.
If only I had my tail. He says it another 3 times.
What are the odds that a needle and purple yarn could do for a good donkey tail?
It has to be gray. I want it to match myself. In fact, I think I must have misplaced it. I visited Owl and Rabbit yesterday, so maybe it disappeared over there.
Oh, okay. Tigger, did you see a tail up in Owl's treehouse?
I most surely did not. No tails.
Then I suppose it's back to Rabbit's place. Eeyore, you hang tight. We'll get you that tail.
Oh, sure. I'll probably never see you again.
I certainly hope not. Okay, we're gonna head up back to Rabbit's house. I also want to look for more notebook pages scattered about.
Yes, this time Rabbit is not here anymore. And Tigger says, see, everyone is disappearing. I say the heffalump is picking them off one by one. Until then there were none.
Ooh, that does seem to be the likely theory. Let's hope that we're not next.
The carrot with a giant bow tied around it is unguarded, unappreciated.
I give it a pat. Is the tail attached to said carrot or the ribbon that's tying it off?
The bow is a big gray bow.
Is it perhaps a donkey-esque big gray bow?
You know, you untie it and it has a little tuft of hair at the end of it.
Oh, Rabbit. I untie the donkey tail and put that in my inventory. Okay, looking around, now that Rabbit's not here, can we snoop around a bit in his house, see if we can find anything of note?
Sure. You enter his house. He has framed pictures of his favorite garden vegetables, a couple of empty jars, and you do find he has a sort of desk of sorts as well, and it has a note on it.
He said he couldn't read.
You find a note that says, "Notes on the heffalump. For this to work, we need something that floats, purple, and about 2 animals."
And about 2 animals. Floats is the balloon. Purple is the purple yarn. And about 2 animals. Is that the fluff?
I don't know how they would refer to themselves, but animals are individuals. We need 2 people.
Okay, so Woozle and Pooh Bear. Okay. Interesting. All right, anything else?
No. There is a pencil here.
That rabbit, he could read. He could write. Rabbit, how dare you? Well, I've been lied to by one of my childhood heroes. Dang, I mean, I did accuse him of murder, I think.
Did you?
So, he was one of my prime suspects. Okay, well, in that case, all right, Tigger. Do you think it's off to the Woozle, or should we deliver this tale to Eeyore?
We can't leave a friend hanging.
That's true. All right, back to Eeyore then.
Back to Eeyore you go, and Eeyore says, "Did you accept the inevitability of never finding my tail? I've been there a long time."
You know, well, the thing is, no. We lifted up the tail. In fact, I think we found it.
Gasp.
Now let's get you fixed up.
You attach it on, and he swings it about, and he smiles, and he says, I'm extremely happy with this turn of events.
Are you cheered up?
I don't say it lightly, but I would say that I've been cheered up.
We can check that off the bucket list.
CJQBENGESGWKNGTCSIBUJQET